Today, I'm bringing in a product from a brand with a very awkward sounding name. Critical likes to call it
FAAEAL.
but I will call it FAAEAL. Yes, this is gonna be their hibiscus. Very nicely named after the flower, though it doesn't smell like one, sadly. And yes, as the title of this video entails, I bought this for the waifu on the packaging. And I guess the cable. So let's see what this IEM has to offer in this review of the FAAEAL Hibiscus. So as usual, we have the cardboard outer sleeve, but would you look at that? We've got a line art print of the hibiscus waifu, and although it is a little low resolution, hopefully you can see that, I do like the look of the waifu. And then, of course, at the back there are the technical parameters as usual. Slide out the outer sleeve and you get the black cardboard inner box with the FAAEAL logo on the top and the sort of English subtext, redefine the listening, with a shiny gold texture. Opening this up, we get a full card with the colored picture of the hibiscus waifu. Now, this is very good. I like that she looks more curvy than Mitsuki Yuki, and she's got hair over one eye as well, and that is sort of my weakness. One would even say that she has energy. So, great waifu. Mitsuki Yuki, you get out of here. Okay, actually, I sort of still like you, but now this is good. Oh, and if you're wondering what this Chinese text on the card says, well, I don't know too. I tried running it through my phone's camera OCR translation feature, and no joke, I'm gonna put it on the screen. This is what it gave me. Yeah, so if you like the avian race of feminine vehicles who copulate with those of the same gender, there we go. Removing the amusingly captioned card, we see two compartments, which in the top is the foam insert holding the hibiscus itself, and the bottom box, which presumably contains some accessories and the cable. Taking out the top insert, we see a carrying pouch for the FAAEAL hibiscus. This thing is actually great. It's got a pleather material that doesn't feel cheap, and it doesn't attract a ton of lint like other pouches. It's also got enough space for the hibiscus and its cable to go in. It goes in just like this, it slots in, and it doesn't feel too snug. Also in that pouch is a shirt clip that cannot work with the hibiscus cable because it's too thick, so it's basically useless, but hey, sure, it's something, I guess. And in the pouch as well, you have two packs of ear tips with two types. One with a red, sort of stiffer core, and the other one which are just your bog standard black silicone tips. And both are kind of bad. The red cord ones are semi-okay, but not that comfortable, so just toss these. And finally, there is a small instruction pamphlet slash warranty card. It's written in both English and Chinese, so we have Chinese here and English here. The English itself is pretty competent actually. I expected some English mess, but it's not that bad at all. Now, this cable, at the time that the hibiscus came out, this was the nicest, most premium feeling cable bundled in a budget Sci-Fi IEM. So it spawned a joke where you bought the cable with an IEM that comes with it. And although other manufacturers have slowly stepped up their cable game, yeah, this is still quite a decent cable because it's decently thick. It has a nice braid, has pretty good microphonics, and mostly feels nice in the hand. The jack is also a metal tube assembly with the FAAEAL logo printed on it. My only gripe with this is the admittedly nice looking but very loose chin slider. Like, this thing, it barely keeps your cables in. But you can just use some metal wire like the one included here to wrap it around as a DIY fix. So sort of good, but yeah, only gripe is this chin slider. The cable also comes with this part, which I can't say lest I get flagged by YouTube bots, but I'll leave a text saying the word here. The Hibiscus probably looks better in videos and pictures than it does in real life. As you can see, it's like a plastic inner bit making contact with your ears, and the bit is basically just the standard plastic mold that you've seen in countless other KZs, and then they basically glued a shiny metal front plate to add weight and make it feel heftier than usual. You can also see that actually the metal front plate, it's slightly slanted. I don't know why, but possibly they did this to add more weight to the metal and hopefully, but unconvincingly, trick you into thinking that it's more premium than it really is. Thanks to the KZ type standard mode though, the Hibiscus will be quite comfortable to wear with a semi-shallow fit. So the Hibiscus already has a quite warm mid-centric sound, so the DX150 is not really a great pairing. Somehow it makes the Hibiscus muddy and yet hollow at the same time. Not recommended. I am definitely going with the LG V20 on this one. So for tips, like I said, the stock tips are kind of bad, so I'm just going to be going with the standard choice of SpinFit CP145's medium size. It doesn't exactly make the Hibiscus sound any better, but none of the tips I have are able to do that, so I might as well just maximize the comfort using my SpinFits. And yeah, with that out of the way, let's get into the sound of the FAAEAL Hibiscus. So with FAAEAL's like earbud pedigree, I guess what they're trying to do is to bring that warmth of the earbud sound into an IEM format. But man, this is just a weird sound signature. It's mid-centric, leaning towards the warm, bright-ish spectrum, but it's just not done well. Starting with the bass, okay? The low end of the Hibiscus has decent impact, but there's just not really a lot of detail. And it's quite inconsistent as well. It leaves a relatively long trail of bass decay, but bass texture is a little too soft. On some heavier genres, it shows that it can dish out decent rumble, but in more melodic genres, because of its boosted mids, it always felt a bit lacking. Just overall below average performance here. So for the mid-range, I'm gonna be pulling up Critical's graph here to show you where it kind of becomes wonky. So the Hibiscus has two notable peaks at about 2.3, 2.4K, and another one at 4K. So in theory, boosting these may help bring out vocals and somewhat improved perceived vibrance, upper energy, but it's too much. It makes the Hibiscus sound hollow, and it gives it a somewhat unnatural timbre. You can pretty safely call these resonance peaks, because whatever kind of vocals it's trying to target and bring out, well, it doesn't really hit them. It's always a near miss, and it boosts like this weird part of your music, giving it a weird glare. I listen to a large variety of music, from melodic and light genres to even heavier stuff, and it mostly just doesn't work. A few standout albums where it works is Olivia Ong's A Girl Meets Bossa Nova Parts 1 and 2, some Infected Mushroom stuff where it does sound like a very fun and exciting signature with just enough bass, and those peaks at that time, they target the correct spots to make the music sound nice, but it's seemingly random. Like 20% of my library works with this mid-range, and then the rest just either sounds meh or just downright bad. Well, with those very prevalent mids, the Hibiscus does little for its treble. It's not bad, it's not fatiguing compared to the weird mid-range, but it doesn't really do anything special either. There's decent sparkle, but again, because these mids are so oversaturated that they sort of impede on the treble, and it makes the Hibiscus feel like it lacks air, almost to the point of drowning it. Just no. You would think that the Hibiscus, with this very eccentric tuning, would make up for it with good technicalities, but not really. The Hibiscus has better than average soundstage width, actually, but soundstage height is expected of this price, which is to say none. Resolution and detail retrieval is unimpressive, and the Hibiscus has a nasty habit of compressing and smashing all the details of music into one homogeneous block, especially at higher volumes. It doesn't always happen, but when it does, oh man, it's painful to listen to, coupled with the weird glaring and ringing problems from the tuning already. Build-wise, both the Hibiscus and SSP are pretty nice, both packing aesthetically pleasing cables, and where the Hibiscus goes for like the shiny metal aesthetic, the SSP matches with a subdued matte blue with a gold accent. But I will give the win to the Hibiscus on the basis that it's got more tips and accessories, but it's a close race for sure, and I mean, they both even have really nice waifus, am I right? Where it becomes a bit more distinct is tuning-wise. We're definitely dealing with two different kinds of sound signatures between the Hibiscus and SSP. One aims for warmth, and the other has a cooler sound signature with a bit of a bass boost. And although I critiqued the SSP on its weaknesses, such as the lower volumes, the minuscule driver assembly that's prone to distortion, it is still more pleasing to the ear than the weird wonkiness of the Hibiscus tuning. The SSP wins here, I would say. So at the end of the day, I will have to say that FAAEAL, they have always had a knack for making their products have a nice appeal to the audiophile crowd. But with the nice cables, more abundant and higher quality than usual accessories. But much like a chef who can only make entrees and desserts, it's too bad that they just can't get the main dish right. It's the earphone itself. I don't want to necessarily say the name FAAEAL the way Critical says it, but the Hibiscus is a
fail
for me. Even with the stellar waifu, this weird tuning, it just doesn't work.
Alright, so actually just about 1 or 2 days ago we hit 50 subs on this channel. Thank you very much. It's there's like a week before the end of 2021, and this is sort of like a Christmas present for me. You've made me very happy. Definitely, now that we hit 50, what about 100 this time, eh? get a new goal. Let's get this train rolling, right? So please, if you like what you see, definitely like and subscribe to see more of my content. Definitely now that we're here, there's gonna be a lot more stuff to come, so definitely stay tuned. I think that's it for this message. Have a happy holidays, and hopefully by the new year we'll see each other again. But all that being said, this is Lumerion signing off. I'm also gonna punch my camera now.